Here's some various thicknesses of rubber material, flexible rubber material that range in 5 millimeters, 3 millimeters, and a little less than a millimeter, 0.75 millimeters in thickness, sent to us by one of our customers, almost like a rubber mat. There are various ways to cut each of these depending on the thickness. I'll start with the 0.75 millimeter one. You could use our precision cutter for cutting this. You could use our safety cutter. You could use our pen cutter, either the manual version or the auto retractable version. Works well. You could also use our mini cutter, and you could also even use our regular 10503 box cutter. For this thickness, I've found after experimenting that the safety cutter seems to work the best, which has a very minute tip on the end of it here. It's very safe to the touch. A little ceramic blade embedded in it, and it could cut right through this material very easily. You could also use a straight edge with the slice precision cutter to go down this material very, very easily as well. Although I find it skips a little bit. For the smoothest cut I found was just the safety cutter. It just goes right by there. The precision cutter again does work. Excuse me, the pen cutter does work. But I find it skips sometimes on this material, although this was a nice clean cut. Again, I think the safety cutter is your best bet for this thickness of 0.75 millimeters. There's also a thicker 3 millimeter flexible mat. The safety cutter is not deep enough to cut through this, nor is the precision cutter. These two will not work on the 3 millimeter because of the thickness of the material and the shallowness of our blade. However, we do offer the Slice ceramic utility, craft blades. These guys right here, which can be used in various handles. In this case, I have an X-Acto wood handle. They fit in here very easily. They're also very safe to the touch compared to a regular metal blade. You can see it does not injure me when I rub the blade against my finger. I don't recommend that demo, but it's very safe to the touch compared to a metal craft blade. And it will cut through this material if you need to go on a straight edge or what have you. It cuts right through this material very easily and very safely compared to a metal blade. So that's the 10518 craft blade inside of an X-Acto handle. Cuts quite nicely. You do have the option of using our pen cutters on this also. For the 3 millimeter blade, it goes through it without a problem. And the thickness is no problem. As you can see, it cuts it very nicely. The blade will last a lot longer than a metal blade as well, which is great. You could, in theory, use the box cutter handle, the 10503, except I don't particularly like cutting against a straight edge with this because it's too hard to get the blade against a straight edge with this particular handle. But if you don't care about the actual straightness, it goes right through it very easily. If you just need to cut off a piece without being accurate with the measurement, as you can see, it's very simple. Even the little mini cutter could go right through this with no problem. Finally, the thick 5 millimeter flexible material is very thick, kind of the same solutions and limitations. The thickness of the 5 millimeters does not lend itself towards using our safety cutter or our precision cutter because this is too thick for these micro blades. You should use either the pen cutter or the mini cutter, or if you need to, even our regular box cutter or our 10503 ceramic craft blades in a handle that will accommodate them. Again, if you need to cut on a straight edge, this material, as you can see, is plenty deep. Our blades are plenty deep to cut through these 5 millimeter material, whether you're using our box cutter. You have to make sure the bottom of the box cutter is flush with what you're cutting, otherwise you'll lose the depth if you don't. But all of these are deep enough to cut, and the blades will last a long time compared to steel blades on this material. And our blades are much safer than the metal. So this material is very easily cut with any of our blades. Oops, excuse me, I missed the straight edge there. Even our regular box cutter. That's 5 millimeters thickness.